Merry Christmas, one and all. I hope you're going to have a great Christmas day if you're watching this. Christmas Day, that is. I am testing out this, which is the Dutchware Argon Winter Sock. And I'll tell you all about it, all the results and everything from last night's camp. Oi. Same track I was on before, so I want to see if I can find a little hat that I dropped. And I don't know what the chances are of finding that, but then again I found a hat a few months ago that I lost about 6 months prior to that. I stood on it, so I bought one with me, but I want to find my old one as well. Never mind, I'll look for that later, but first I want to pitch up my hammock, my winter kit, and string a winter tarp up. Everything is in the pack waiting to go up, and nothing are in stuff sacks. Everything is pre-attached to the hammock, put in the pack. It just goes up and it condenses and compacts just as well as using stuff sacks. So I really want to try this winter sock by Dutch. Have rainproof trousers, not tried them before, and my ECW coat. That is what is taking up all the room in the pack. There's not a lot of actual camp kit there. I'm carrying the 3.5 by 3.5 tarp in the snakeskin. It's DD. I'm not a fanboy of it or anything. It's just the right length for what I have here. And what I have here is my lightweight winter kit. There's no place really for DD in the lightweight kit, so that has got to go. In winter I don't use nylon. I use a polyester tarp. Polyester, like I said, best part of a kilo. It's too much, so I'm going to look into DCF or Cuban fibre, which is going to come in at about 300 grams as opposed to nearly a kilo. I want to see if I can get the foot end of the hammock closer to the tree. For this hammock I don't want an equal space either side of the hammock. This part here of the hammock, which is the head end, at about chin level. I want the whole hammock shifted closer to this tree, elevated to a high pitch so it goes on the diagonal, and that will tip me backwards into the hammock, make the underquilt fit better. It's how this one has been designed. This black thing here is the Dutchware Argon Winter Sock for the hammock. I got this off Mrs. Beck's for my birthday. There's the green hammock on the inside, and having a peek inside, And with the winter sock flicked back, you can see my winter quilt is already pre-attached to the lines, ready to drop the hammock in. Tiny little adjustment there for my left shoulder where the underquilt is. And like I said, the top quilt is already in. Also already in here is the light. This doesn't travel in my pack, it's just there. Had I not have been filming this, this would have been up in 3 minutes or less. I don't think he saw us. Okay, it's starting to go dark. I'm going to get the tarp over that, and I've got to play about with the underquilt. I usually string my suspension quite differently, but because of this hammock sock, it has to go to the end of the hammock, just like every other hammock hanger in the world does. It goes to the end of the hammock. I usually have mine elevated from a different place, even the end of the tarp or something like that, or even up there on the tree. So I've had to put it back to shop standard, and I don't like it. A lot of tinkering to do, but first the tarp. There's a high sheen on this, as you can see. So that is a downside to this DD. But it's only a temporary basher until I get something else. And I want to try something a little different as well with these tie-outs. I've travelled without any cord on the webbing tie-outs. On the line, I already pre-attach the stake using a prusik, and have that kind of cinch toddle. And this cinch toddle just goes into the webbing. My hands are getting cold. Didn't think it was going to be as cold, and that will hold. Push that in there. And that is taut. And you can see how the toddle is caught into there as well. Just something to aid getting away a little quicker. Still haven't sorted the inside out properly yet. I can lose ground stakes. This is one from a last camp I just found. Well, it's not that late either. Got the floodlight on. Couldn't tell you if I'm in frame or not. I'll just stare at the flashlight. It's going to need tweaking up all the quilts, because I don't usually have factory fitted suspension on my underquilt. I like to modify my own, but because I have this here, the Dutchware Argon winter sock, I've had to put it back to shop standard. So I'm going to run a few plans through in my mind. This is that little foot mat that I got off the car boot. A little folding foot mat, a knife that's coming in with me. This, my pee bottle. Let's see what it's like with this illumination. On medium, let's turn off the floodlight. Well, that's nice enough, isn't it? this is that little charger, which is also a lantern. So it's a lantern charger, 3 settings: bright, less bright and flashing. And that's just about right for me. Put it on a prusik up here so I can move it along like this. And I'm going to put my bits and pieces on these prusiks as well. I need to find that blow up pillow. It's in here somewhere under all this. So the view on the inside, have my illumination, have a little gear storage loft, winter top quilt by Hammock Gear. This is the 0 degree. I've got my head torch and my down hood for tonight, and a little air pillow. So I've got some fluorescent markers here because everything is incredibly dark because of the black argon. So I'll try to turn the light off and show you that it doesn't require batteries. You just flash a torch on it for a few seconds and it'll fluoresce for a few hours. But for now I have my main illumination here. I'm just going to turn this out. I've got a head torch on as well. Wow, it's getting cold. I have a steel Nalgene. Well, it's not a Nalgene, it's a Regatta. A thermos flask. And in there my jet boil. I'm going to pull out and make a brew right now. So these elements here are going to keep me warm. I might have something to eat as well. To prevent my water from freezing tonight, I'll be boiling the water up in here, putting this in a sock, and this comes down the bottom of the foot end with me, so the water won't freeze in the night. And I've got a hot water bottle to boot, and I'm going to have a brew now. I have my coffee and my whitener inside my flask. I've got a hole in my bag here that had my whitener in. I'll have to think fast on this. So the solution to the leaking bag was to put a knot in it there at the bottom and build up the jet boil for a brew. Cloth for cleaning. Stove section here. Nice fast boil system. Right, water. That little foot mat's come in handy, hasn't it? Get all my bits and pieces on. Just take it up to the first level here. Make a flask. And I've probably got half left, so I'm going to boil up that to make a hot water bottle and a hot drink before bed. And although it's pitch black out there, I bet you it's not even 7 at night. That's going to have to come in the bag with me as well, this can. This little patch here will turn into an orange colour, meaning the content is boiled. Got my little reusable coffee bag. We're nearly at a boil with that. I did have the jet boil coffee press, but I've lost one of the sections to it. So, not a good start. So I bought my reusable coffee bag. I didn't think it was going to get this cold. I'm going to fill this to the top, get a hot drink. Okay, leave that in because I like a strong coffee. And up here in the gear loft of the hammock is a spare pair of socks. I'm going to put that bottle in. I didn't think I would be doing this early, but I am. Not too bad, not too bad. I've got to start thinking about something to eat as well. I bought a freeze-dried or dehydrated meal. It's too cold to be sat here under the tarp. Oh, come on. I've already put my water bottle into my sock. That is coming in with me, and that ensures that my water doesn't freeze in the night, and it acts as a hot water bottle foot warmer for your sleeping bag or your top quilt. A good little cheat. I always do that in winter. Must be going close to zero. It is not firing properly, but it's hot enough. It's all that matters. Just going to hold on to this for a minute until I'm warmed up, warm my fingers, my chest. I just can't wait to jump in and close the zips and listen to an audio book. God, it's cold. Oh. So I've got tuna pasta salad. It's been dehydrated, slit open the corner and just poured in some water, and this will be my dinner plate. I need a bit more. I know it's not the way you're meant to do it, but I'm going to try anything that works. Okay, that should be enough to soak it up and keep it hot. I'll turn this off. Get a lid on that. And this is thermally insulated, not like my flask, but it'll preserve some of that heat. And also in my goodie bag for tonight, I've also got one of them energy power drinks, if I can find it. You get them in the army ration pack. I'm going to pull this out. Tropical fruit flavour. I'm going to have this hot in a flask, so I'm not having caffeine before I go to bed. But I'm going to have a hot fruit drink, because I like to sip throughout the night. So that goes there. Tidy up the crap. Anything I'm not using gets put away. So if I do have to bug out in a hurry, most of the kit that I'm not using is already in there. Okay, I've got my down hood on and I'm ready to turn in. There's not a lot I can film here, other than to tell you in the morning what the Dutch Argon winter sock was like, because that is why I'm out. That's what I'm testing. My dehydrated meal, although it was well needed, wasn't the best. I was just too impatient to get it done properly. But them's the breaks. I was too hungry. Still got a bit left. It's not the best I've done. I am bloody starving. I've had nothing all day other than this. Got some peanuts as well and some Haribos to finish off. So until tomorrow morning, I will bid you adieu. That's got to be wrong. That hot water bottle down the bottom of my feet, working a treat. Warming my toes up, my legs are warming up, backside's warming up. Oh, I think it's going to be a really cosy night. I am dubious about compensation. Yeah, give me compensation. I'm dubious about condensation build-up with this Dutch Argon winter sock. So far so good. I expect it, so I'm not going to be overly disappointed. So tired. So tired. See you in the morning. Nighty night. Oh, please. Oh no, it's just my stupid flashing light. That is about the 3rd or 4th hot water bottle tonight. Didn't get much sleep last night. The whole system is soaking wet. 4 o'clock I dozed off and then kept waking up intermittently every half hour. And I thought that might be the case, you know, with that Dutch Argon Hammock Sock. It seems to have not only wet my bottom quilt but the top quilt. My quilts are down, and with them being a downfill, they stopped insulating. You've got to keep down as dry as you possibly can. If that was condensation, it has saturated my quilts and made me cold. Perhaps this is for snow and not a British wet, damp Christmas morning. I usually travel with all my quilts and hammock all pre-attached, but I'm going to break everything down into their individual components to walk home with, because everything will need airing out and putting in the tumble dryer. Some things will need washing, and I don't know if I'm going to use that Dutch sock again. I really don't. I might phone him up and tell him all about it, see if there's anything he can do or suggest. But it was bitterly cold last night, bitterly cold. I'll put the temperature on screen here. The gas can had to come down the bottom of the bag with me on the inside, as well as my cell phone, my cameras, everything. So what about some things that might have worked or did work? I bought myself a power bank lantern for the inside, and when I got here my MP4 needed charging, and it charged it up to full quite quickly, and it went dead quickly as well, the MP4. That's how cold it was. So there's good news on the power bank. The hammock, the UK hammock, don't like it, just could not get comfortable. Sore shoulder and neck all night. Couldn't get rid of it. That and being cold. I kept having to boil water up, put it in my steel water bottles, put them down the bottom. If I did this again, I'd just bring ordinary water bottles, hot water bottles, and 2 of them, one down the foot, one on my chest. But the steel bottles also help so you don't have frozen water in the morning. But the rest of my water is in a Camelback, and I don't know whether I'm going to stick around and make a brew or not. I think I might just pack up and go home and open my Christmas presents and then start Christmas dinner. I was hoping to bring you better news. Heated up the water, so I had hot lemony drinks, and had to keep the gas pretty dry as well, so I used a sock to put the gas in, and it fired up each and every time, and that sock with the gas went down the bottom of the sleeping bag or top quilt with me. Very disappointed. Well, the new waterproof trousers by Highlander so far, nice and warm. It's the only warmest thing I've got in the pack. I think the Dutchware Argon Hammock Sock is more for a dry winter. And I've had to wash my hands using the water on the tarp just to get the mud off. And there's a lot of mud. It's all over the tent stakes. And now my fingers going cold, so I'm going to warm myself up a bottle, warm my fingers by that, and merrily wind my way back home. There's been a lot of new subscribers, and I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. But I hope you have a really great Christmas, and until pretty soon, I'll see you out there. Happy trails.